We are inside 100 days, so I want to get your take on where the campaign sits right now. What's the status?
Yeah, well, as you mentioned, we are just under 100 days from Election Day, and we are laser focused on the task at hand, which is to elect Joe Biden, the 46th president of the United States. And look, we are a campaign on the march. We just announced a new $14.5 million ad buy across 6 states that Donald Trump won in 2016, including right there in Michigan. We have outraised the Trump campaign the last 2 months. We have nearly doubled our email list in the last 2 months alone. And this past weekend was our 100 Days Out organizing weekend of action, which included hundreds of events across the country. We had over 100 events there in Michigan. We had volunteers making over 300,000 calls and booking 3,000 additional volunteer slots. So, we are doing the hard work. We are taking nothing for granted. We are meeting voters where they are. And look, this is the most consequential election of our lifetime. Joe Biden said last year when he began running for president that this was a battle for the soul of our nation. And that is a battle we intend to win.
TJ, we know Michigan is a battleground state, but what makes this state different and more critical to this election?
Well, as you say, Michigan is critical. It's a state where Joe Biden won every county during the primary, including the counties where Michigan and Michigan State are, and saw great turnout and support from young people. We intend to campaign across all 83 counties this fall. In the general election, we have great partners in Michigan, and Governor Whitmer, Lieutenant Governor Gilchrist, Senator Peters, Senator Stabenow, who've been holding virtual events for us across the state. But look, I think ultimately this election comes down to a choice. Do voters want another 4 years of the kind of erratic behavior, the kind of failed leadership, the kind of divisive rhetoric that we see every day from this White House? Or do they want something different? Do they want an experienced leader? Do they want someone who knows what it takes to lead with compassion and lead with empathy and lead a country in crisis back to a place where we can be prosperous again? That is who Joe Biden is. That is the leader he is, and that is the choice in front of the American people and Michiganders this fall.
TJ, we are averaging roughly 100K deaths a day due to COVID at this moment. And with that and civil unrest dominating headlines, are those issues you believe this election hinges on?
I believe so. I believe that this president has failed the American people on 2 fronts, on getting this virus under control. He is waving the white flag. He is walking away. His aides described him as distracted by this virus, as bored of the fight against COVID-19. And meanwhile, as you mentioned, rates are skyrocketing every single day. He has yet to implement the kind of nationally coordinated response we need on testing, on contact tracing, on getting PPE to the places that we need it in order to get this virus under control. This is something that's impacting every single family in America, and particularly there in Michigan. And this president has decided that it is not important for him to show leadership on this issue. I think that is what is going to be on most folks' mind this fall. Vice President Biden has put out clear plans every step of the way on what he would do to get this virus under control, what he would do to get our economy back, to get us working again. That kind of experienced leadership, that kind of concrete plans. That's what Americans want. They want someone who knows what they're doing back in the White House.
We are seeing some polling of likely voters here in Michigan starting to pop up, showing Vice President Biden leading outside of the margin of error. What are the campaign's indicators of success, however, at this moment?
Well, polls are a snapshot in time. Our focus is talking to voters, talking about the issues that people care about, making sure folks understand where Joe Biden stands on getting this virus under control, on building back our economy, not just to where we were before, but to build back better. We have rolled out the first 3 planks of his Build Back Better plan. The 4th plank will come soon. That is the plan on racial equity, to make sure that in every element of our economy and our society that we are ensuring that we are treating folks equally, and that to try to root out some of the systemic racism and inequality that has plagued our country for generations. I think that is what folks are focused on. That is what the vice president is talking about. And I think that is what will matter to folks in November when they are casting their ballots.
Unprecedented election in the midst of a pandemic, more mail-in voting likely to happen in November, so it might take a little bit longer to get results. When the dust settles, will Vice President Biden accept and adhere to the results of the election?
Look, yeah, he will, and a free and fair election is critical to who we are as a democracy and as Americans, and we are going to do everything we need to do to ensure that those elections this fall are fair and are free. And frankly, Donald Trump raising doubts about legitimate ways of voting should motivate every single person, every single Michigander, to get out into the polls this fall and vote him out of office, because that is unacceptable.
Anything that I am missing that you want to make sure that Michigan voters hear?
No, I think we got it all. I appreciate you having me today.
All right. Thanks, EJ. Thank you for the time. Really appreciate it. Take care.
Thanks so much.